Okay. We were learning str data type on Friday, and we will continue to learn very interesting things about str data type. Note that strings are most important for Python. Why? Because in data science or in machine learning, several times you get data in the form of strings. Okay. Best example I can give you is about text to speech. We type something and the machine speaks all that sentences. So here we have got typical example of string processing. And many such examples are there. So strings, are most likely very favorite topic. Okay. So what we were learning, we saw what is string data type. It is sequence of characters. And there are three ways to create string. First way is you can enclose the string in single quote, or you can enclose the string in double quote. That's the second method. Or you can enclose the string in triple quote also. Any of these methods you can use to create a string. But most importantly, we saw from the engineer's point of view, we saw what is the internal representation of the string. You recall that? We saw that. How does the string look like internally? For example, if you take this statement S1 equal to hello, then S1 is a reference. You recall that? So S1 doesn't store hello. S1 is a reference, and that word hello, is stored in an object. Yeah, that's the word we used. The word hello is stored in the object. This object is object of which class? Object of str class. Okay. And then this S1 is a reference which refers to this object. Now, actually, S1 is a way to deal with that object, to reach that object. So suppose S1 is hello, and if you write print S1, we saw last time, print S1, then what this print S1 does is, it checks where is S1 pointing. S1 is pointing to this object, and what are the contents of that object. I hope you are understanding the word reference. We use that reference to reach that object. We use the reference to reach the object in the memory. We also saw that there are indexes, locations. H is at 0 index, E is at first index, L is at second index, L again is at third index, and O is at fourth index, 0 to 4, positive index. We also saw that strings have negative indexes. And last character of the string, always has negative 1 index. So if I ask you, there is a string Samir, SAMEER, then what is the index of R, negative index of R? You should immediately say -1, because R is the last letter. Last letter has -1. Second last letter has -2 index. Third last letter has -3 index, like that. But I also told you that I prefer using positive indexes. We will also do that. A day will come in our course when we will, once in a time, we will use negative index. Okay. But if you are able to use string with positive index, that is sufficient. Okay. What else we saw is that suppose we write print bracket S1 square bracket 0. What will this print? This will print only H, because in S1, H is at 0th position. So you can go to an individual character by using square bracket. This is what we saw. Okay. Similarly, if you write print S square bracket -1, suppose, then it will print O, because last letter O has negative index -1. You can then print any character like that by giving index. This is what we saw. And most importantly, we saw that strings are immutable. What was that word? Immutable. Very interesting discussion. Wait a minute, I'll just minimize this. Yeah. The strings are immutable. What that means is, if S1 is hello, then I can't change one particular element of S1 by writing S1 0 is equal to B. What I mean is, hello should become bello. It's not possible. This will give error. I hope you recall. None of the items, none of the characters of S1 can be changed. Once the string is stored, it is stored. It can't change. Okay. So I hope you recall these properties. Strings are immutable. Once created, cannot be modified. String supports indexing, both positive and negative. String supports slicing to extract substrings. This point we were discussing last time. What do you mean by slicing of the string? We will continue with that. But before that, we saw some functions. What are the common operations of strings? You can concatenate two strings, right? Like hello plus world will give a new string, hello world. You can repeat a string like hi into 3 will give a new string with hi, hi, hi 3 times. And most important, very interesting operator in we learned, which will check whether a given character is in the string or not. So suppose if I try to check S in Samir, this will be true because letter S is there in the word Samir. But if I check X in Samir, this will give false. Okay. Now let's see slicing. Today's topic we will learn is what do you mean by slicing of strings. Okay. So I'll open up a new page. So we are learning string slicing. Okay. What is slicing? Imagine that there is a string X is equal to programming. Now, you know, in this string programming, we have indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So G is at 10th index, P is at 0 index. What you can do is, in this big string, you can slice out a part of the string. Remember, this slicing operation, you know, this slicing operation always gives a new string. Obviously, if I ask you, if you slice an apple, what do you get? You say apple. A small slice of an apple is after all an apple. So slice of a string is a string, a new string, smaller string. You can say smaller string from a larger string. Now, what is the grammar? Grammar of, I'll write it here, syntax of slicing. Syntax is like this. We were learning about slicing and look at this grammar. This is the syntax of slicing, where X is the string and 3 things can be given in the square bracket in slicing. Start value, then colon, stop value, then colon, increment. Okay. Start, stop, increment. Out of this increment is optional. If you don't give increment, then by default, you know that by default, increment is 1 plus 1. Okay. Now, this start is also optional. You may or may not give it. And this stop is also optional. Oh my God. That means all the 3 things are optional. You may or may not give it. But, you know, before I tell you how to use that start and stop, let's focus on the basic grammar of this particular slicing. You see, I am writing very important rules that we have already seen in range. Recall the range of the for loop. What were the rules? Just check. The rules are rule number 1. If increment is positive, I hope this is readable now. If increment is positive, then start must be less than even not equal, less than, start must be less than stop. And second rule, if increment is negative, then start must be greater than stop. These rules you properly, the same rules were there for range also. You properly just memorize this. These are obvious rules. Okay. So what I will do is I'll directly take you to Python idle. Okay. And let's try to write some commands on slicing on idle shell. Okay. I'm not typing any new program. Suppose X is single quote programming, quote close. So you know X is a string, and I give print X square bracket. Note the grammar, what I am printing, X square bracket. Let's say 5:1 square bracket close, bracket close. Now what do you read in the square bracket? What do you read in the square bracket? 5:1? No. You are reading 5:1:1. Please try to understand. 3 things are there in slicing: start, stop, and increment. So 2 colons are there. 2 colons. 1 colon you have given between start and stop. So 5 is the start, 1 is the stop. And you are not given increment. Then what is the by default increment? +1. But what is the rule? If the increment is positive, then start value must be less than stop value. Start value must be less than stop value. What is the start value given? 5. Stop value 1. Let's see what will be the result of slicing. Look, I have hit enter after giving this command. I have hit enter, but the output given was blank. There was nothing returned. What Python says is Python will not give an error. Huh? If you give wrong range, wrong start and stop, Python will not give an error. It will give empty slice. Isn't it illogical? You are telling Python, give me a slice from 5th letter to 1st letter. Start is 5, stop is 1. You are saying from 5th letter to 1st letter, give me a slice, but take increment of 1. So jump to the next letter, next letter. How can you go from 5 to 1 if you are jumping to next letter? Correct? Okay. Let me try print X square bracket 1:5 like this. Square bracket close. Now what do you see in the square bracket? Be careful. What do you read in the square bracket? 1:5:1. Increment is not given. By default, it is +1. That means you want characters from index 1 to index 4. Remember the stop value. Same as in the case of range. Stop value is 5. So range stops at, or stop value is 4. 1 less than what we have given. So all letters from 1 to 4. Do you understand R is at first position? Note the cursor. P is at 0. R is at 1. So R will be taken. Then O second. Then G third. Then R fourth. So ROGR will be taken as the slice. You can see. So simple it is. Okay. Tell me, what will happen if you write X square bracket 5:1 (-1) square bracket close. What is the increment? Negative. Then what is the rule? Start must be greater than stop. because you are coming from greater index to smaller index. So increment is negative. 5 to 1 you are coming. This correct. This is the correct range. And Python can understand this. Okay. So which letters will be taken? 5, 4, 3, 2. That's all. 1 won't be there. 1 is the stop. So 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's see. This P is 0. R is 1. O is 2. G is 3. R is 4. And A is 5, I think. So it is taking in reverse, you see. So A will be taken, R will be taken, G will be taken, and O will be taken. It will be A, R, G, O. Opposite 5 to 1, 5 to 2. I'm sorry, 5 to 2 you are taking. Okay, let's check. Oh, yes, A, R, G, O. You are understanding slicing works in both ways. That's why the increment can be positive or it can be negative. Oh, I forgot to disable. Sorry, disable annotations. Right. Okay. So what will happen if I give print x square bracket 1 colon 6 colon 2? I am sure you understand this. Now start is 1, stop is 6. That means start is less than stop. If start is less than stop, then increment must be positive. They go hand in hand. Start must be less than stop if increment is positive, and it is correct. So we are traveling from 1 to 5, not 1 to 6. So which letters will be taken out? 1, then 3, because increment is 2. 1, then 3, then 5. That's all. Sixth letter won't be taken because it's stop. 1, 3, 5. Let's see. Yes. If you see, this is first letter R. Then this is third letter G. And this is fifth letter A. A. So RGA was the result. Okay. Okay. Print x square bracket. Let's say I give 7 colon 1 colon minus 2. I hope you understood this now. Correct. Such simple 2 rules I gave. You will never go wrong now while writing slicing. Now you are traveling from 7 to 1, 7 to 2. 7 colon 1 is given. And increment is minus 2. So everything is in place. Start is greater than stop. Increment is negative. But then which letters will be taken out? 7, 5. Because we are decrementing by 2. 7, 5, then 3. That's it. 7, 5, then 3. And then 1 won't be taken because 1 is stop. Okay. So you can see 3 letters were taken. And if you actually count, MAG, if I go to Blackboard, yeah, really seventh letter was M. Then fifth letter was, I think, A. And third letter was G. So MAG was the output. Correct, mag. Okay. Now starts the fun part in slicing. Let's say, I hope you got trained enough about this increment. Okay. Now, what if you don't give start? You don't want to give start. Okay. Just imagine I write like this: print x square bracket colon 7. Like this I give. Colon 7 bracket close. Now you see, before this colon, actually there should be start. And after this colon, there should be stop that we have given. And after stop, there should be increment. We have not given increment, then by default increment is +1. So here increment is positive. What about start? By default, start taken is 0. If, check my words. If you don't give start, if you just give colon, don't give start, then start taken by default is 0 if increment is positive. I repeat, start taken by default is 0 if increment is positive. So actually, what you have written indirectly is print x square bracket 0:7:1. This is what you have written, but you are not given this. So by default, it is 0. Why 0? Because increment is 1. See, by default, increment is 1. So which letters will be extracted? 0 to 6. Because increment is 1, 0 to 7 is the range. Check this, check this. Suppose if I give print x, let's say 7:::(-1). Just observe this. Okay, first I'll discuss this. Just check out this. Suppose I give colon, then I give 6::(-1). This is what I have given. You watch. Now again, I have not given start. Okay. I have not given start. And I have given stop as 6. But increment is negative now. I hope this point is understood by everyone. I repeat this point. I'll write it also. See, we have got rules page, rules. First 2 rules you understood. Okay. Now, this point I hope you understood. If you don't give start, then start is by default 0 if the increment is positive. And here the increment was positive, so it start became 0. Okay, here also you're not given start, you watch, but increment is negative. Then start will be always last index of the string. If the increment is negative, then what will be start? If you're not given start, it will be always last letter, last index of the string. So this, you have indirectly written like this, print x 10:6:-1. This way you are written. You actually did not write 10. But Python understands. You are saying that give me a slice by coming back. -1, na? So you are coming back. Back up to which letter? Up to 6th letter. Because stop is 6. So you are coming up to that index. But you are coming backwards. But backwards from where? From where you have to start and reach that stop. So Python automatically decides that the start has to be end of the string. I hope this is understood about start. So you tell me, third rule, are you understanding? Third rule. If start is not given, suppose we don't give start, then there are 2 cases. What are the cases? 3a. Start is 0. Correct? Start is 0 if increment is positive. And 3b, start is last index. Last index if increment is negative. I appeal all of you, you write down this. This will be fruitful for you. I have seen terrible confusion with slicing and all that. And you know what? Once we master this skill, then you must have learned, you must have heard about several libraries like Pandas, NumPy, and all that. They use the same concept of slicing and heavily used in machine learning. So actually, we are drawing a path like that. Okay. But let's first of all grasp the rules properly. So let's try the statement x:7 on Python idle. Print x square bracket :7 square bracket close. Okay. You see what has happened, slicing has begun from 0. We did not give start from 0. So everything from 0 onwards up to 6th letter, because stop was 7. So sixth letter was this M. So program was the slice given. Okay, let's try this. Print, let's say X. I have not given start again, but I have given stop, let's say as 8, 8. But I have given increment as negative. So from where I have to come? Negative increment. Definitely we are coming backwards, but we have not said from where to start backwards. You have to travel backward but from where? We have not given start. So Python automatically starts from the last index. If you recall, this last index is, I think, 10th index. And we have to go up to 8. 8 means 9. So it will only give G and N. Backwards, G and N. Just check. Yes. Tell me again, quick, quick. If you don't give start, then by default start is 0 if increment is positive. By default start is last index if the increment is negative. Done. Now what if you don't give stop? Okay. This much is very clear, I hope so. Okay. Now, suppose I give like this, print X square bracket 2 colon, okay, that's it. Oh my God. 2 colon, then that's it. Now, what do you think 2 must be? 2 must be start. Because before this 2, there is no colon. So 2 must be start. Because first thing written in the square bracket is always start. First thing written in the square bracket is always start. So 2 is the start. Then after that colon is there, then nothing is written. That means stop is not given. Achha, by the way, you are not given stop and you are not given increment also. Then what is the increment? +1. Correct? Increment is +1. Start is 2. That means you are saying, Python, please start from second index. This is my start. And increment by 1. So take out next letter, next letter, next letter. Increment is 1. But you are not said where to stop. Then by default, stop is the last index. Oh, this is highly logical, isn't it? After some time, you will say, sir, even why you are explaining this? It's very clear that we want to start from second index and increment is +1, but we have not told Python where to stop. Then Python will stop at the last index. So actually, this is same as writing print X 2 colon 10. Oh, I'm so sorry, 11. 2 colon 11 colon 1. 2 colon 11? Yeah, I have to write 2 colon 11. Because if I write 2 colon 11 only, then it will reach 10. I hope you are understanding. If I write 2 colon 10, then 10th index won't be included. So slicing will end at n. But I wanted to continue till the end, isn't it? That's why I have not given the stop. Okay. You can see how difficult this is, to give stop. See, isn't it meaningful? You say, I want all the letters from this index till the end. From this index till the end. Then it will be very harsh, if you are told to write that end index also every time. If you don't write end index and increment is positive, then it will go next, 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 next till the last index. Okay. Now, what if I give print X square bracket? I'm again giving start. I will give start as 7 colon. I'm not giving stop. Okay. But I will give -1. Okay. Now think. I will give you some 30 seconds to think about this. Okay, 7. That means I definitely want to start slicing from 7. Okay, somebody has answered, I think, as usual. Pranay, I am coming to your question. Okay, see, I want to start slicing from 7. And we are very clear. I have said, go back, go back, go back. But I have not said where to stop. or it is quite obvious, then it will stop at the beginning of the string. That means even this P will be taken. Okay. See, writing this, is same as saying, I want to start my slice at 7, correct? And I want to stop at -1, going backwards. If you write -1, only that, then that 0 index is included. If you write 0, what will happen? Then it will stop at first index. But our intention was go till the beginning. See, do you really agree how difficult it is to write this -1? It's so ugly, I will say. I don't like this word, but it is very ugly to write that -1. So tell me, if you don't give stop, then what will be stop? If the increment is positive, then we are going next ahead. Then stop will be the last index. Correct? It will go till the end of the string, we can say. Right? Last letter also will be taken. And if the increment is negative and if you're not given stop, then stop will be the beginning of the string. So I will complete writing that rule. Here we go. Okay. No. CME, good question. I'll tell what he is asking. He's asking, sir, you are saying that this -1 you are giving here, -1, but -1 is the last index you said of the string. I hope everybody understands the question asked by him or her. See, this -1. I'm sorry, I don't know actually, but anyway, by the student. This index, I have given -1. So what is the student asking is that, sir, but you told that -1 is the last index of the string. Are you understanding what's the problem, right? See, these slicing, work differently with negative indexes. When will Python treat that as that negative index? When both start and stop are negative indexes. Only then it will know. You are saying 7 colon -1. Then it will not think that -1 is the negative index. I hope you are understanding. Okay. So there should not be confusion. Don't think of negative index because we are clearly saying 7 to -1, 7 colon -1 colon -1. So it is logical to think that 7, then 6, then 5, then 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It will stop at 0. -1 not included. Okay. So I was about to write the rules and people have agreed that it should be -1. What was the next rule? I hope you are writing this. If stop is not given, then 4a. What is stop? Stop is end of the string. It goes till the end of string if increment is positive. 4b, stop is beginning of the string, isn't it? Begin of string if increment is negative and matter ends, that is slicing. If you know this, trust me, you will have no problem whatsoever with pandas library, numpy and all other things. Maximum places, you will see this slicing when you are working on data, huge data. And you will agree string is also data only, sequence of characters. I'm waiting. I hope you are taking it down. Okay. So let's try that two statements where stop was missing. I hope you have taken it down. Here, x2 colon. Okay. So if I say print x2 colon, square bracket close, bracket close. You can see it has started its slicing exactly from second index and gone up to last index because increment was positive. Okay. And now about the second, 7 colon colon minus 1. Okay. Suppose I say print x 7 colon colon minus 1 square bracket close. Let's say. Then this has started from seventh index, and seventh index, if you note, seventh index exactly is M, you see, seventh index. And it has gone till the beginning. So it has gone up to P in reverse order. What do you say? Isn't it so simple? Okay. Now, uh, some more things I'll tell you. Huh? Nothing extra now I am telling. Huh? You have won the battle. If you have understood this much, you have won the battle. Okay. So, what will this do? This is a weird thing, you know. See, you're not given start. You're not given stop. You're not given increment. So let's start from increment. Increment is +1. You're not given increment. You're given 2 colons. Height is you're given 2 colons. You're not filled anything, but increment is +1. Then if the increment is +1, what is start? Beginning. Oh, come on. Increment is +1. You have to go this direction, from start to stop in right direction. So start is 0 and you're not given stop. So you are going next. Increment is +1. Obviously, stop will be the end. So I got the answers on the chat. I'm sure I got the answer. Yeah, complete word it will print. Complete string. That means this will print programming, complete word. So silly, you know? Why will somebody write like this? Because, oh, come on, you wanted that entire string to be printed. Then you could have written print x. What happens if you say print x? Entire string gets printed. Correct? But people will then, test whether you know slicing without giving anything. Okay. Now, have a look at this. Suppose the statement given is like this. Print x colon. That's it. Like this, somebody. Now, start is not given. Stop is not given. And then there has to be one more colon actually. 2 colons have to be there. But second colon is not there. That means increment is not given. Then increment has to be +1. If the increment is +1, it will be start is 0 and end is stop is end of the string. So even this will print entire string. Correct? It will print programming. So this will also print programming. Fine. I'll now take you to the page where I've got some exercises on slicing. Okay. Where is that page? I hope I have not lost it. Yeah, slicing. Okay. Let's see one by one. I'll put the indexes here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and G is at 10. You can simultaneously check it. You can mute me and check it actually, because I'm sure you understood this now. This is clearly increment is 1. So we are going from 0 to 4. So the output will be PROGR. That's all, up to 4th index. Okay, this is 3 to 7 and increment is positive. So 3 to 7. So third index is G, then R, then A, then M, and then M. 3 to 8. So we have to go from 3 to 7. That's it. Now this statement, see, increment is +1. So start has to be 0. You will only go from 0 to 6. So the output here will be PROGRAM. That's it, up to 6. You know? So program up to 6th letter, 7th not included. Okay, what about this? What is that phi return? Print S phi colon. Obviously, phi has to be start, but you're not given stop. Think about this. You're not given stop. So you want to start slicing from phi, from fifth letter. You're not given stop. And what is the increment? Plus one. That means from phi, you will only go next, next, next. So the stop has to be end of the string. So from phi, that is A, M, M, I, N, G. I know you're answering in chat. Okay. And this we already seen. No start, no stop, but increment is plus one. So the entire string is printed, programming. Okay, here. Do you find something interesting or no? Nothing interesting now. No start, no stop. Increment is 2. If the increment is positive, remember, we are going next, next, next. Increment is positive and start is not given. Then start is 0. Oh, come on, you are going towards the right direction, rightwards, correct? And you're not given start. So start has to be 0. And you're not given stop also. Then stop has to be end of the string. So, and each time you are jumping by 2, that means it will be P, then O, then R, I think, then M, then I, okay, and then G. Every alternate letter, 0, 2, then 4, then 6, I think, then 8, and then 10. These letters will be taken out. Okay, finally, what do you say about this? Colon, colon, minus 1. You have a plan to come back. You're not given start, you're not given stop. Obviously, it will come back from last letter to first letter. That means this is the best way to reverse the string. If you have a string and if you want to reverse it, simply do this, colon, colon, minus 1. Oh, good Lord, in C, C++ and all that languages, we had to write a separate code using a for loop or while loop and then construct a separate string which will be reverse. This is so easy. I hope you understood. The answer will be GNIMMARGORP, programming in reverse. Okay, now print X colon 11 colon minus 1. Okay, this is what he's asking. Now you see increment is negative and you're not given start. So if the increment is negative, you have a plan of coming back, but you're not given from where you want to come back. So by default, Python will decide it will start from the end. That means this start taken is 10 here. So you want to start the slicing from 10 and come backward. You are given stop as 11. Check this stop is 11. This is stop. This is start. And increment is negative. What is the rule? If you're coming back, if increment is negative, then start must be greater than stop. Correct? You see the question? You understood, I hope. Colon 11 colon minus 1 will give empty string. Because if the increment is negative, then if the increment is negative, start has to be greater than stop. But start taken by default is 10 because you are coming backwards, minus 1. So 10 colon 11 this becomes. You can't go from 10 to 11 backwards. You can go from 11 to 10 backwards. How can you go from 10 to 11 backwards? So this will give empty string. Suppose if I give like this, print X, let's say 3 colon 3. Suppose I have given like this. So you mean start is 3, stop is 3, and increment is plus 1 because you are not given increment. You tell me, isn't this 3 meaning 2? 3, stop is 3 means it is 2, na? So you are saying that you will go from 3 to 2 in increasing order. How is it possible? So 3 colon 3 is also going to give empty index. That is why when we wrote the rules, what was the first rule you recall? The first rule was if the increment is positive, then start must be less than stop. Only then the slicing will work. Otherwise, it will give empty. empty string. Okay, let's prove this. Suppose I give print x square bracket 3:3. Like this I have given. Okay. See, nothing is printed. It doesn't give any error, but it says I can't slice anything from 3 to 3 because 3 to 3 means 3 to 2 and increment is positive 1. I hope I have answered all the questions. So I have got some exercises for you. And now, see, this is the string, hello all. Even the space is included in the string. And you have to tell me what will be the output in the chat due to these 4 statements. Okay. Now, indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3. You see, there are 2 L's. So, 2 is first L, 3 is second L, 4, 5, then A, capital A is 6, then the 2 L's are 7 and 8. Although it is very messy over there, but just I hope you will manage it. Okay. So, I'm waiting on the chat for all the 4 answers, and that will really settle our discussion on slicing. So, the first one you can read is third index to last index because increment is positive. So, third index is the second L, L, then O, then space, and then all. You got it right. Even space will be there. Second one is start should be 0 because increment is positive. You will go from 0 to 4. 0 to 5 is written. So, 0 to 4 in increasing order. So, second one will be H, E, L, L, O. You got this also right. 0 to 4 is H, E, L, L, O. Okay, waiting for more answers. 7, 3, minus 1. What did you get for this? So, the output of this is 7 to 7 to, it will be 7 to 4. 7:3 is given. So, it should be 7:4, correct? So, seventh index is L. Then you are coming backwards. So, after this L, we will get capital A. Then we will also get the space and up to 4. Na? So, L, A, O, absolutely you got it correct. L, A, space O. This is clearly 5 to end. So, 5 to end means there will be a space. We can't show the space and then all. There will be a space here. Okay. And my appeal, to all programmers is that don't play unnecessary tricks with the with slicing. Slicing is a facility given, and we should use it so that it helps us instead of confusing somebody else. In competitive exams, they will confuse us, but in reality, we should use it in such a way that it assists us. Is the only thing. Now, one small thing, I'm not teaching, I'm not giving the code for this, but where can we see something called slicing? Okay, let's say, suppose you are writing a machine learning program, which we will write later, but machine learning program. And in machine learning program, you are given some data set like this. You are given roll number of the student, then number of hours the student studies, okay, number of hours the student studies, and then CGPA scored by the student. And a number of such details are given, like roll number 1 studies 8 hours, CGPA is 9.9 maybe. Then roll number 2 studies for 2 hours, CGPA is 3. Okay, 6. 3 will be too less, and so on. Okay, this data set is there. And obviously in machine learning, you will work with data sets because machine learning is all about studying the data, then predicting from the data and so on. Okay. Now imagine this data set is given to you and you have a weird or something out of this world requirement that you want to create 2 new data sets. From this existing data set, you want 2 new data sets such that one of the data sets will contain only roll number and hours. Let's call this as D1 data set. And another data set will contain only CGPA. This is D2 data set. So the rows will be like this here, 1, 8. I mean, this will be completely a separate data set on the left. And here, CGPA will be 9.9, corresponding CG. I hope you are understanding. Next roll number will be 2. R studied is 2. CGPA is 6. Okay. This will require slicing. And many such applications of slicing we will see. But when we will do this, we will directly use it. Then we will not learn, oh, this is slicing, look, this happens, and so on. Okay. By the way, in machine learning context, this is called as X, your input, and this is called as label Y, your output. Okay. These terms, are very common in machine learning. But data set given will contain X and Y. Then you have to separate X and Y, correct? And then work on them differently. I hope I have convinced all of you how important this topic was. Okay. But we are not seeing the coding of that. Okay. Now, I will tell you some more functions of string today. Okay. You see, there is a function called split. Okay. Very interesting and very useful function. Just imagine that I have got a string like this. X is equal to Samir is a teacher. This is the string. And what I want to do is, I want to split this string into individual words. That means I want to take this word Samir separately. I want to take this word is separately, like that. So 4 words are there, and I want to split and create those 4 words. For doing this, split function is used. It is so easy to use split. What you do is, you say, I want to split, so you call the split function. And remember, split is a function, so it will have bracket. Any function has bracket. So I want to split. But what do you want to split? So you will use dot. I hope you are still in touch with that. And to the left of this, you will write X. X dot split. So you are saying X is the string, and please split individual words. Obviously, if I ask you, how many results will X dot split give? How many results will it give? You will say it will give 4 strings. 4 strings it will give. So are you understanding, when you call X dot split, there is a flood. There is a flood of strings coming out. There is a flood of strings coming out. So obviously, somebody who will store this result of X dot split should be able to accommodate that flood. Just imagine, this string was so big that it had 50 words. Then can you imagine X dot split is going to give you a flood of 50 words? And immediately something, to the left there should be able to catch it and store it. Okay. Then suppose if I write, let's say, if I write, many students might be already knowing this. Okay. Y is equal to X dot split. Then here, Y is a list. We have not learned this. Hello. We have not learned this list topic. Okay. But manage it. In the next session, Wednesday, I will teach list and tuples. Okay. Programming will come. Don't worry. Okay. Otherwise, you will feel that sir is only telling us some functions, one line code. And since 2 or 3 days, we have not written any program. Fun actually is to write the program, isn't it? to assemble all this knowledge and write some meaningful program. Don't worry, that will happen very soon. But we have to put everything in place first. Okay. So what is why? Come back. Why is a list? It is a list of words. How many words in this case? 4 words. Okay. Let's see this split function. So what I will do, I will start a new Python idle. I don't like crowded idle. Okay. So suppose if I say x is equal to Samir is a teacher. Okay. And then I say why you become x dot split. Fine. Now I will first try to print y. Let's see what is y storing. Just be careful while checking how y looks. Y, is 4 words, Samir, then comma, is, then comma, a, then comma, teacher. 4 words enclosed in the square bracket. Check this, square bracket open, square bracket close. In Python, whenever you see multiple values separated by comma, multiple things separated by comma in the square bracket, it is known as list. If you are asked next time, what is list? Say, list is collection of many values. Tell me again, what is list? List is collection of many values. That values can be integer, that values can be string, that values can be floats. Here the values are strings. So are you convinced that we have got split of the string? 4 words we have got. Okay. Coming back to the board, y is equal to x dot split. Y is the list of words. But you tell me now, how was the split done? Split was done on the basis of space. Wherever there was a space, split was done. So what Python internally did, it started reading the string internally. SAMEER space. So it said, that's it. Samir is a word. Then till the space, it did not do anything. After the space, it got I, then S, then space, IS space. So IS is a word. What I mean is that the split was done on the basis of space. Okay, let's try something. Suppose I have x is equal to same word, same sentence, Samir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 spaces I have. Then is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spaces. Then 1 space. Then teacher. I want to split this. Okay. So I'll give y is equal to x dot split. Any variable would do. I'm using y again. You could have written z is equal to x dot split. So you know y will be a list. Let's try figure out what is y. Look, it is still the same. Samir is a teacher. So what happened? When you gave this string, it started reading the string, scanning the string. Samir was followed by a space. So it stopped. It said Samir is a word. Then it took no action till there were spaces. Suddenly it got I. So it said, oh, new word is starting. Then IS, and S was followed by a space. So it said is a word. IS is a word. Then again for spaces, it did not do any action. So space is the criteria on which the split was made. This much is understood. Okay. Now, just imagine our requirement is something different. Our requirement is, suppose X is like this. Okay. Look, Sam, Ram, Tom, Abdul are my friends. This is my string. Okay. Sam, Ram, Abdul, Tom, Abdul are my friends. And I want to split the string but on the basis of comma, not on the basis of space. I hope you are understanding. So whenever comma is encountered, then we know word is encountered. So Sam is a word. Then there will be no action taken for comma, like there was no action taken for space. Then Ram, comma. So Ram is a word. Then Tom, comma. So Tom is the word. Then Abdul is not followed by any comma. So Abdul are my friends will be the fourth word. Let's check. Okay, this is the string. I'll say y is equal to x dot split. Now, if you see, I don't give anything. I give x dot split. Then what is by default? How is that split done on basis of what? On the basis of space. Correct? So can you just orally check what will be the result? The first string will be Sam, Ram, Tom, Abdul. This will be the first word extracted. Then space is there. Then R will be the second word. Then my, and then friends. Let's confirm. Huh? I have not given anything with split bracket. So by default, split works on space. Okay. So if I print Y, oh, look at that. Sam, Ram, Tom, Abdul is the first word. Then there was a space encounter. Then R was the second, then my, and then friends. But my requirement is different. I want to now separate out the words on the basis of a comma. Simple. What you do is you say y is equal to x dot split bracket, and this time you give comma. So now Python will understand that splitting has to be done on the basis of comma and not on the basis of space. Followed? But then this comma has to be given inside the quote because it's a character. Single quote or double quote also will do. Like you can give like this. Double quote, comma, double quote. No, or triple quote also will do. You know, everything is legal in Python as far as characters or strings are concerned. Okay. So I have given like this. Done. Okay. Now if I print Y, carefully observe, Sam is the first word. Then Ram is the second. Then Tom. Then Abdul are my friends. Because after Abdul, there was no comma. And what are these commas? Don't get confused. No? These are commas in the list. These are separators in the list. Okay. This is a list of words. So that's why it says first word is Sam, then this comma is just a separator. This is the second word like that. Okay. Let me check the chat. Yeah, delimiter. Good word used, Ankit. Delimiter. Yeah, we can have alphabet also, Sai. We'll see that example. We can give any string, Ankit. We'll see that example. Okay. Right. So now just imagine I have got some other requirement. Suppose I have x is equal to something weird like this. Huh? I've got B, B, D, A, then Z, X, C, D, F, A, then W, E, R, T, Y, A, then U, I, T. Check the string. I forgot to give begin quote. Check the string. Some string I have got. And now I want to split this string on the basis of E, not on the basis of space or comma. So if A is encountered, word is finished. That means B, B, D will be a word. Then A, there will be no action taken for it. A is our delimiter. It will decide where the word begins, ends. Then Z, X, C, D, F will be the second word because after that A is there. Then W, E, R, T, Y will be the third word because after that A is there, and U, I, T will be the last one. So how will you write this? You will say Y is equal to X dot split. In quote A you write. So you are saying now A is your criteria of splitting. Okay. So if I say print Y, you will see these words. Okay. I hope you understood the split function. So by the way, split always gives you list of strings. square bracketed list of strings. And what you have to specify in the split is that according to what do you want to split? What is your delimiter? Now, this delimiter can be space. If it is a space, don't give anything with split. Otherwise, give that character. Or you can give a string also. Like, suppose if I have X, I hope you understood this now. Suppose if I have B, B, D, A, Z, then F, G, H, J, A, Z, then W, E, R, T, A, Z, then U, I, T. This is my string. And I've got strange requirement that wherever AZ is there, it should understand that string has to be split. Now you see, these are the portions where AZ is there. AZ is there. So you have to give this as Y is equal to X dot split in quote AZ like this. Not A comma Z, AZ. Because you are saying if A and Z come back to back, substring AZ comes, only then split it, correct? So now if I print Y, yes, the split has been done. Okay. Now, one question asked by was that suppose I have requirement like this, X is equal to, let's say A, B, C, Z, then W, E, R, T space, 2 or 3 spaces, then E, R, T, Y, Z, then X, C, V. Suppose this is my string. And the requirement is that I want to split the string if Z is encountered. So Z is my delimiter. See, Z is there. So ABC should be a string split, then no action taken for Z. Then here also you see ERTY, because after ERTY there is Z, correct? And then last word should be XCV. But what if I want to tell that I want to split on space also? I want that delimiter, that is decider, should be Z and space both. Then we may try giving something like X dot split. Okay, and I will say split on Z, comma, and split on space like this. Now I will give space. I have to now, because if I don't give anything, it will understand it's a space. Okay, let's try this. It will give error. Oh, good Lord. It will give error. Some strange error it gives. Str object cannot be interpreted as an integer. The point is, if you want to split on multiple things, then the best thing is you first split on the first parameter, maybe Z. So you'll get separated out words. Okay, let's see. Suppose you first split on Z. So you'll get ABC, then WERT, ERT. Y you will get. This entire word you will get. I hope you are understanding, because Z is our criteria. And the last word you will get is XCV. I hope you understood. Okay. So what I am saying is, you say Y is equal to X dot split. And then you say, according to Z, you split first. And then print Y. You understand this output. You see this. This is the entire word you got, isn't it? And now you run the second split. But there is a problem. For running the second split, you need a string, but this is a list. See, if you now try, Z is equal to Y dot split. Y dot split. This will give error. This will give error. Come on. How can you run split on Y? It is complaining Y is not a string, Y is a list. Okay. But I am still repeating, you can run split 2 times. One for Z and one for space. But how? I will tell you. Okay. Okay, good question. But wait for some time. Split and the examples are given, right? With different delimiter also. Okay. Now there is a counterpart. See, join is exactly counterpart of split. Okay. So I'll go to Python idle. Okay. See, you already know why is a list of words. And requirement is we want all these words which are there in the list to be joined as a single string. Oh my God, what a way. What I'm saying is that, okay, let me close this Python idle and start a fresh one. Look at this. What I'm doing is, let's say I have y is equal to square bracket. I have this ABC, comma. I'm actually typing it now. DEF TY, comma, IOP KLMN. What is y? Y is a list. Square bracket, na? List. List of strings. And I want to quickly, form a new string using all these words. So ABC, DEF, TY, and this. All words should be joined and a single string should be made. For that, join function is given. So how I will write? Just check. Suppose I say y s is equal to quote begin, quote close, dot join, bracket y. I'll tell you when I first time saw this, I got shaken actually. Oh my God, what is this? Huh? But then when I understood that it is a string function and join, I was really surprised. Let's see what is S. Oh, S is a single string made by joining all these strings. Single string made by joining all the strings. Okay, let's try something. Suppose I want to join all these strings. Again, I want to join all these strings, but I want a space between these words. So what should be the string? ABC space, DEFTY space, and then the next word. Okay, let me try. S is equal to, oh, I'm so sorry. S is equal to quote begin, space, quote close. Look at this. I did not give anything between the quotes, not even space. Here I am saying space dot join and y. Listen, y is my list. Y contains those words. Okay. Uh, isn't it very easy to read in English? Join all the words in Y. Whatever words are there in Y, join them. Correct? But while joining, place a space between those words. So simple, right? So simple. Now, if I print S, oh, good Lord, look at that. ABC space DEFTY and then space. You tell me, isn't this opposite of split? Now you tell me, S is this string. Do you agree? S is this string. What will happen if I say Y is equal to S dot split? I hope you're not getting confused. Y will be a list of strings on the basis of space. And what will happen if I say S is equal to take a space and join all the letters of Y? What will be S? S will be the string containing all the words separated by space. Okay. What if I say S is equal to dash dot join Y? Isn't it so easy to read? Join all the words of Y. But while joining, place a dash between them. Yes. So when I print S, oh, look at that. ABC dash DEFT, and so intelligent that it has not placed a space after the last word. It would have been ugly again, isn't it? Between the words, it has placed the space. Correct? Okay. Try. S is equal to quote, comma, dot join. Y. Isn't it so easy to read? Join all the words of Y, but while joining, place a comma between them. So if I say print S, or look at that. Now, coming to the question asked by Pranay, I was saying that you will have to run it 2 times. Split should be run 2 times. The problem we had is like this. X was A, B, C, Z. Correct? then D, E, F, G, space, H, J, U, I, then Z, then Q, W, E, R. Correct? I think that's it. Our aim was we want to split this on the basis of Z and space also. So what we first do, we'll call the split y is equal to x dot split on the basis of Z. What will be y? Y is a list. Correct? You note y is a list. ABC is the first word because Z was not included. Z was our boundary delimiter. Then D, E, F, G space H, J, U, I, because after H, J, U, I, we had this Z. And then last word. Now the requirement is that we want to split it on the space also. Correct. So what you do is you form a new string. Are you following? You form a new string using Y. Y is your list. So I will say, let's say Z is equal to, or let's say I'll put some variable as N. N is equal to space. I will put a space again, join all the words of Y. Print N. Okay. Now you saw, you got excellent word with all the words, having space. And I think the problem is solved now, because now finally you have to give what? You have to give y is equal to z dot split on the basis of space. So you'll not give anything. Sorry, n. I'm so sorry. N dot split. N is your new string. N dot split. And now when you print y, you will get all the words separated. We separated it on Z, we separated it on space. I'll repeat this next time. Huh? I'll restart the next lecture with join. Okay. Because I have not written any handwritten note over here. But I wanted to, because the lecture would have been meaningless if I would not have finished with join. But I'm sure you understood join.